But James, if you would please, the Chronicle, sir.
Vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer. What?
That's amazing.
What?
You should do that instead of the fact machine.
It's not long enough.
No.
What?
That's what she said. Anyway,
What?
so as it is incumbent upon me to give the first name of the day, Jim, I'm going to go a little off the rails here with you.
What?
And I am going to give you UConn head coach Dan Hurley.
If he can make a deep run this year, I mean, you've got to actually put him on the Mount Rushmore of current coaches already. But if he can actually get, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen because his second round opponent are going to be the Florida Gators, who right now are going to be a Final Four team unless somebody proves them wrong or they just completely shit the bed, early on in this tournament. But Hurley is now quickly turning from great coach into get off my lawn guy. If you've seen some of the conversations he had, especially that dunk at the end of the matchup against Creighton on Thursday night.
That's why I asked you about Dan Hurley.
Yeah, Dan, we get it. You got 2 national titles, and you're vastly disappointing from as many guys you brought back. Play better.
For me, bud.
Michael, I'm wondering if you saw this story as well, and I kind of would like to think of your take on it. He's been actually out of the majors for the last couple of years. He's a staple of a franchise that we both pay very close attention to, was a key factor for a number of years, and he's trying to make a comeback only at a different position. Your first name in the Wisey Translator this evening is hopeful Cleveland Guardians relief pitcher Tyler Naquin.
If he lives up to Hammy's nickname of him running the bases with his fastball, you say Naquin's going to make the opening day roster.
They said he was actually throwing in the mid-90s. He's 33, 34 years old now.
He's got a cannon. And oh, by the way, a couple years ago, the Mets traded for him, and he was lights out, hit a dinger in his first 3 at-bats. Played good defense in the outfield, but he will forever be remembered for the walk-off inside the park home run against Toronto in 2016. But yeah, he's got a cannon for an arm. And, Jim, your second and final name in tonight's Wisey Translator is, I'm going to stick with college basketball. St. John's head coach, Rick Pitino.
The fact that he's going to advance basically in his original hometown, and then he's going to end up playing either Self or Calipari for the chance to go to the Sweet 16. It's the anti-feel-good story of this tournament at this particular point, because everywhere Pitino's gone, there's been some level of scandal. And now he's actually he would be going up against Self or Calipari. I mean, is this the Scandal Bowl? Next weekend when we're live on the air, when I meant what I said earlier is that it's going to be the one game that everyone's going to talk about, but nobody's going to watch because they're not going to be able to listen to the narrative anymore and just turn it off. It's going to basically be like, it's going to be Chiefs-itis, only in college basketball.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the difference this time is Pitino actually has the good story this time. This isn't about Rick Pitino being the coach and doing his job. This is about him bringing a school that hasn't been there in a very long time to a high seed in the tournament, all while really having a season that's been shrouded in sadness with the loss of the patriarch of St. John's basketball in Louis Carnesecca. So,
Michael, your final name in the Wisey translator before we get out of here for tonight. He's going to have himself a little bit of a day tomorrow, hopefully. Rory McIlroy.
may the luck of the Irish be with him.
Considering I don't even think he's Irish, is he? I think he's from the UK, but well, he's British, Irish, and Northern Irish. So could it have lined up any better for him on St. Patrick's Day, to possibly win his first major-esque tournament?
He don't wear green tomorrow. Somebody ought to slap him.
Yeah, because he hasn't won a major since 2014.
What do you want, the British?
PGA.
Oh, he won the PGA.
And I will say is that he kind of needs this, because the only thing that's missing for him for the career Grand Slam is the green jacket, which he actually finished second in a couple of years ago. It was his highest finish ever. He's never played well at Augusta, but could this possibly be the catalyst that gets him rolling going into Augusta in 3 weeks?
Could be.